Hello! In this video I'm going to show you how to do the purl stitch. I'm assuming at this point that you already know how to cast on and you already know how to do the knit stitch. So I'm not going to do too much of a refresher as far as that goes. I am going to show you real quick, and you are going to learn the purl stitch in both English style, remember that's where the yarn comes from the right finger, or Continental where the yarn is coming off the left finger. Now, in English style knitting, as you'll recall, you insert your needle from left to right, and your right needle travels underneath your left, and then you wrap your yarn around and over, and then pull a loop through. With the purl stitch, you're going to take and move your yarn to the front of your work. You're going to now insert your needle from right to left, and your right needle is going to travel over the left needle. You're again going to wrap your yarn, and it still gets wrapped counterclockwise, or if you will, around the back. It's counterclockwise, that's the easier way to remember it. You're going to create your tension, and you're going to pull a loop through, but the loop gets kind of pulled through away from you, whereas when you knit it, it got pulled toward you. So again, to work the purl stitch in English style, which means the yarn's coming from my right hand, you'll insert the needle in behind the front leg of the first stitch on the left needle. Then you're going to wrap your yarn counterclockwise around the right needle, create your tension, and pull a loop through, and the loop gets pulled away from you. You always have your yarn in front when working the purl stitch, and you always have your yarn in back when working the knit stitch. So there's the purl stitch again in English style, and now I'll show you the purl stitch in Continental style. You bring your yarn forward. Your yarn is now in front of my work. I'm going to insert the needle just like I did for the English style knit. The yarn gets wrapped over counterclockwise. You create some tension, and you pull this loop through. Again, the yarn is in front. Insert the needle from right to left behind that front leg of that first stitch on the left needle. Your yarn gets wrapped counterclockwise. You create some tension, and you pull a loop through. Yarn is in front. Needle goes in right to left, over top the left needle, don't forget that. Your yarn gets wrapped around counterclockwise. You create some tension, and you pull a loop through. Again, the English way of doing it, your yarn is in front. Don't mind it's coming from way down there. Your yarn is in front. Insert your needle, wrap it counterclockwise, and pull it through. Again, for English style, yarn's in front, insert, wrap counterclockwise, and pull it through. Continental, yarn is in front, insert your needle, wrap it counterclockwise, and pull a loop through. And that's how you work the purl stitch in both Continental and in English style. Now, before you decide whether or not you want to be an English knitter or a Continental knitter, first of all, you have to be comfortable with creating your stitches. Many times people just aren't really very comfortable with the purl stitch in the English style method or in the Continental style method. Usually the purl stitch is the one that gives people the most problem. But before you totally decide, I am going to do a quick video that's going to show moving the yarn back and forth between a knit stitch and a purl stitch in both Continental and English style. And once you know how to do that, move the stitch back and forth either from your right hand or from your left, don't switch them up, use one or the other, then you'll be ready to go on to better and greater things, and you can really pretty much knit anything from that point. And that's how you do the purl stitch.